Hello, this is the 6th video on the channel about Last Day on Earth. So right now we're going to the dealer and we're gonna trade. I don't remember what we traded because there's like, oh, 1 gold bar, that's cheap. I hope I get more of that. And then, yeah, we're going into the rest stop event because you can never miss these events, man. They give you a free good melee weapon, and then they give you a good gun, usually. So these are really worth it. You lose like a little bit of durability, some bandages, and maybe half a gun, but in return the loot is worth it, definitely. What am I doing here? I'm getting the berries. My cheap ass can't let the berries go. I mean, that's how you get rich in LDOE, right? Gosh, why do I keep calling this game LDOE? Anyways, zip gun is alright. I'm pretty sure I used this in this video in Bunker Alpha. Recently I haven't been playing Bunker Alpha. I think in this video, I play Bunker Alpha midway and I get a call from a friend. I start playing Minecraft instead. And I just quit the game for like 2 days. I come back, finish off Bunker Alpha, don't have enough time for the hard mode bunker for the blind one, so I just, I didn't open the red crate in this video. But we do clear the second and third floor, well, most of it. I cleared the second floor entirely. The third floor I leave like a room because that room is usually the most inefficient to clear. There we go, 20. Guys, I'm sorry I got cut off by family member. What was I talking about? Steel bars, I think. I upgraded the chest to a trunk, I think. Steel bars are still very hard to get, Usually the limiting factor, like I said last episode, is the copper. But I don't really know what to do about it. I'm in the next episode, so the episode after the next one. Because I haven't recorded that one yet. So I'm gonna try in that episode to recycle wires. Hopefully the wire gives me copper. I could just search it up right now on Google, but well, what's the point in that? Did I remember the passcode for bunker? I think I did, right? I wasn't paying attention. Yes, I did. I didn't even have to write that down because that was the simplest passcode I've ever gotten from the radio. Anyways, this is, at this point I haven't read your comments yet because clearly I'm still using guns to clear the frenzied giants. I still sneak attack them to save durability on the guns, but apparently what you're supposed to do, what everybody does, is you just use the melee weapons on them. Melee, whatever. You use the melee weapons on the frenzy giants using the wall trick. Stupid. Not stupid, I mean smart, but stupid, yeah, I guess I just started clearing Bunker Alpha here. At some point here I just get a call and then the recording just stops. Thank God it didn't get corrupted, or else I just have a halfway done Bunker Alpha sitting around and I have to start recording off there and explain, oh, my recording got corrupted. But good thing iPhone is not stupid. My apologies, guys. Again, another family member came in to not interrupt but have a conversation with me, okay? But yeah, that was a real weird cutoff. I don't actually know what I talked about just now. I have no idea what I was talking about. But I think I was saying, yeah, it doesn't matter actually. But yeah, one great tip that someone left in the comments was, like, you see the zip gun I have here? Zip guns and Winchesters, they're not very useful, are they? So the correct, like, logical assumption is you would use it for frenzy giants, which is what I'm doing right now. But a really great tip they left for me is you just recycle these, and you wall trick the Frenzy Giant anyway. So I was like, oh my god, I never thought of recycling the zip guns and Winchesters. Because not only you level up the recycler in terms of the firearms aspect, you also get the factory parts and all the other gun parts, which is something I just don't have enough for my mods. Like that's why I don't have any gun mods. It's because not just because the blueprints. It's mostly because I don't have the factory parts, the springs and stuff, which you can get from recycling the zip guns, the Winchester, and all that stuff. I am definitely gonna take that advice. Whoever left that comment from the previous video, thank you very much, man. I've never thought of that actually. I thought I knew the game in and out, but apparently not. It's a pretty good tip, honestly. Sometimes the hard part about, well, the hard part about wall tricking is not really the timing, but it's the positioning, right? Getting the zombie into the position of, right? I cut off there very abruptly because my friend just called me there. So yeah, I wasted all that durability. Unfortunate, but I'm gonna have to kill this Frenzy Giant all over again. So stupid. Also, by the way, this recording, like the cut, that was probably like a 1.5 day cut. This is me probably, I think Monday or Tuesday, I forgot. I came back home. This is probably like really late, and or maybe this is Sunday actually. I came home anyways, really late, and then I was just trying to get Bunker Alpha done because it's probably like I don't know, just a few hours away from resetting, so I'm just trying to get it done. Actually, I remember this is the night. This is during nighttime, and I was getting ready to sleep. I really had like 40 minutes left or something until I had to sleep, and the bunker was about to reset in 14 hours because I knew I had school the next day. I knew that I couldn't just, do Bunker Alpha the next day because it's gonna reset. So I was gonna do this, but I think I did something else the next day on the school bus, which means the bunker was about to reset in about 2 hours. Oh wait, I was so I actually stored the loot, like by the end of this recording I stored the loot in the shelves on the first floor, like the actual first floor where the tickets are redeemed, and I forgot to transfer the loot back to my base. So when I was on the school bus on my way home, I was like, something's wrong. And then I turned on Last Day on Earth. I'm like, oh wait, I suddenly remembered. Bunker Alpha is about to reset. I didn't put my loot back. And then I started panicking. And luckily there was 2 hours left, which I didn't spend the entire 2 hours, but I spent some time to get the loot back to the base. So we did not lose any loot, which is the great news. Now you see what I'm doing here. I'm using the zip gun and the Glock. You're never gonna see me do that ever again in the future. At least before I get like really rich. So next time you see me do Bunker Alpha, it's gonna be with melee weapons only. Okay? This is how I do it. I'm pretty sure there are more efficient ways of clearing these zombies, but whatever. Who cares, man? You don't have to be 100% efficient as long as it takes not that long and it takes not that much resources. Then I'm happy. But I'm still gonna switch to wall tricking the Frenzy Giants. Frenzy Giants are pretty easy to position, so as long as I'm good at the wall tricking itself, it shouldn't be a problem. Every time I level up, man, I'm just hoping for the burglar level 2 skill. Like it's just the one like special ability or skill that like the extremely rare skill that I don't have. Like I have all the other extremely rare skills, but just the burglar skill, man. The one thing I need, I don't have. Also, this floater bloater is being so annoying. Yeah, see, the hard part isn't the wall tricking, it's always the positioning. It's very annoying, man. You know what? Next time, I might consider using spears to clear Bunker Alpha. Like, not when I'm facing them directly, like in this case. Like, when I'm wall tricking, I'm gonna use the spears. Because if I'm feeling extra special, extra, free, I'll spend that time doing some ridiculous things like using spears in Bunker Alpha. But for now, I was just doing the normal way. It's Friday right now. Friday today. It's 11:30 p.m. This is gonna be the last commentary I'm doing today. Of course, I did one before this, which I directly uploaded because I haven't uploaded in 3 or 4 days, and by the looks of the view count, I have to milk this, man. I need to upload more. Like, I can see a future to this series where I just play Last Day on Earth, record the interesting parts, and upload it. Yeah, this is pretty much how I clear it every time. Sometimes smoother than the others, but this is not my smoothest run. But it is what it is. Sometimes mentally you feel like, I screwed that up, I screwed this up, this run wasn't as good as last time. But really, if you look it back on footage, it really isn't that much of a difference. It's all mental. Like in terms of like resource wise, you don't really lose that much extra resources. It's just mentally you feel like, I didn't do that correctly, so I wasn't efficient. But yeah. Also, I get a bunch of notifications from my grandma. Not DMs though, it's in a family group chat. She likes to upload a bunch of random stuff she sees on social media. She believes everything online. And you know those like I'm not sure about Western media, but in Chinese social media, usually there's a bunch of these accounts on social media where they just specialize on making fake news for elderly people, which is pretty messed up now that I say it and realize what they're actually doing. But yeah, they make a bunch of random news articles or like news commentary on things like China's about to invade Russia or some shit, or like America and China are about to start nuclear war, or like a bunch of random fake stuff that are pretty believable in the minds of the elderly, because they're not really in touch with reality in terms of that type of stuff, like the realism in the politics and how countries would think. A lot of elderly, when they think of countries, they think of they think of them as individuals, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, then you know exactly what I mean. Like they just when they talk about it, like, oh, China doesn't care about blah blah blah, we have pride or whatever, or like America is just angry and evil. Like these countries are not individuals, they're just countries. They do things strategically. There's no proving this, proving that, unless it's necessary and practical. the elderly love to imagine these countries as individuals, or like they have beef with each other. Well, they do have beef. It's just not like the same as on an individual level, you know. But that's just how they believe stuff. There's also stuff like they believe like certain diseases like drinking. Actually, this is a myth. It's not confirmed if it's true or not, but like drinking water from plastic bottles can give you certain diseases or whatever. Not diseases, but like symptoms. Uh, One common myth is like decreased fertility, but I'm not gonna believe that. But what I am gonna believe is that you're gonna have more microplastics in your body if you drink a lot from plastic bottles. We won't know for sure if these effects are that significant, because you know plastic isn't that old of a thing yet. So if like I feel like we can wait 50 more years when an entire generation have grown up surrounded by plastic, then we can start seeing the effects. But for now, we don't really know. And by the time I feel like when the effects, if they're real, if we really do get affected by these microplastics in our bodies, I feel like by the time we realize it's a thing, I'm gonna be too old for it to matter. You know, I'm gonna be like a grandpa, you know, not caring about dying or whatever. You know what I mean? These microplastics, they could be a real thing, but not something for us to worry about. I'm sure in the future, humanity is gonna be way smarter, right? Humanity as a whole, it's gonna be smarter. I mean, humans in general are just stupid. Like I'm not gonna even lie. We are just stupid. Like you can find anyone and they're gonna be extremely stupid at anything, like at something. But you can also find a bunch of humans that are geniuses at certain things. So that's how humanity progresses, right? Like even though we're all stupid, like we like to imagine ourselves like we are human, we are sentient. But really, if we really analyze ourselves, we are so detached from reality. We are so stupid, man. If you really observe humans, we're just so stupid. Like I cannot explain. Like from personal experience, my impression on people, it went from being as a child thinking that we're all smart to just knowing that we're all just stupid, you know, as I understood how we did our thinking and stuff. Like we're just stupid, man. But in the future, technology is going to be so advanced. We are going to find a way to, you know, face climate change and all that stuff. Um, you know, science is like the most quick developing thing. Even though the entire world is worried about random politics, views in society and stuff, the unimportant stuff like, oh, is it right? Is it okay to be transgender? Like all this bullshit. Like that's like the main, like the hot stuff people care about in the world. But even if 90% of the humans are just wasting space on the earth, we're still gonna develop, because we developed like only 1% of humans are truly like useful, you know. The rest of us, we're just there for each other, you know. We're not really useful for humanity as a whole. But you know, we've relied on that 1% of humans all this time. The 1% of humans are gonna bring us into the future, to the future. If that makes sense. I don't know if people agree with me. I feel like a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, but well, I could just say it's just my opinion, but I really truly believe what I'm saying is close to the truth. I can't say 100%. You can't say that. No. I sometimes get this feeling where yeah, like I believe something or like assume something's gonna happen like this way, and then God just decides to prove me wrong for the sake of it. That's always the impression I get. I don't know why I'm talking about this. It's not really relevant to the video, is it? But I mean, this video is pretty long, 25 minutes, so you yap a bit, it doesn't really matter. That's what I'm talking about, man. I really want that burglar skill leveled up. It's just so annoying. I go to the Bunker Alpha. A lot of good loot are just locked in these locked crates where you need the burglar skill to get him. And I just can't get him, man. The, what do you call grenades? Yeah. The rate at which you collect the grenades really depends on your burglar skill level. And I'm just stuck at level 1. Level 1 is still pretty useful, but I would love level 2 or even level 3. Level 3 is just it's just juicy, man. The level 3 loot, it's the stuff you want. Usually, yeah, I just loot this crate without the zombies catching me, because without them noticing me, because that room is very hard to clear. You're gonna have to either use guns or you tank half a set of armor, it's a bunch of heals. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. I don't know how people clear that room. I just don't clear it. You know, I've never actually searched up, like, I look like I know what I'm doing in Bunker Alpha, but I've never actually searched up how to clear Bunker Alpha. So when you see me do things, don't take it as the correct way of doing it. It's just my way of doing it, because I developed the habit and stuff. Right now, I found two really good common blueprints for M16s, and I assembled that so you can see me equipping that in my M16s. I'm not very experienced in modding, but I'm pretty sure I'll get the hang of it in the future. And a lot of people skip the gas mask. Like, when they see a gas mask in the crates, they just don't take it. It's not really valuable to them. But for me, you know, loot is loot, man. I take gas masks from everywhere, like the red crate loot, the floppy crate, the chopper events. Take it from everywhere, because each gas mask means 2 of those lockers, you know. So yeah. I guess there's 2 minutes left of the video. I'll talk about my tennis. So when during summer break, so I live in Hong Kong, but my grandparents they live in mainland. I won't say which place exactly, but I'm going to mainland. I went to mainland, and during this, because my mom has connections with some tennis coaches, so I went there to train tennis. I really started to like the sport. It's really good. So in the gameplay here, I'm taking away the Uzi because I'm not gonna use them anyway. Oh shit, the recording's gonna end quickly. You know what? Tennis story can wait for another time. I'm just gonna talk about the video right now. So I took those Uzis to bring back because I'm not gonna ever use them anyway without the mods, because Uzi without mods is pretty garbage. I'm not gonna recycle them all either, because they're pretty good guns when they're modded. So when I do get those mods, when I do get those blueprints and I can assemble them, I am going to use these Uzis. But for now, I'm just gonna store them, and until then, I don't know. They're just gonna chill there in my base. And yeah, I love this type of chopper event, man. The rest of event where there's a bunch of deers. even if you don't bring a melee weapon, you can just craft a spear. It doesn't have to be modded because it does 30 damage when you sneak anyway. And yeah, I always run out of leather, so I love these events. And you know how much meat I have in my base if you've seen me organizing my loot. I've got like I can honestly say I probably have 2 chests full of meat, and still I'm running low on leather. So that says something about the game's balancing. But yeah, I think this is the end of the video. Tennis story next time, guys. I promise.